Good morning, folks. It's 5:38 a.m. Thursday, December 24th, on Clausen Day Eve. Claus Day Eve. Santa Claus. Hot coffee. No chill tea this morning. Ran out. Ordered more. It's on the way. My Santa's going to bring it on a sleigh. Woohoo! That would make for a very nice day. Don't mind me being happy for a change. I feel like crap and I like it. um, actually, I should have talked about this a long time ago. 400 and something videos, and I haven't really addressed it head on. Waking up is hard. Waking up is hard to do. Why? Well, let's look at that situation. Number one, you're in a physical world. It's hard for us to trust anything we can't touch. As soon as we can't touch it and look at it in our hands, it becomes a question mark. We learn to trust things like math. 2 and 2 does equal 4, because we can put 2 physical objects in front of us and 2 more physical objects in front of us, and we can count 4. But even going from holding something in your hands to a number, you lose a little bit of affirmation because you're doing something in your head. Okay? You've always been warned about hearing voices in your head. That's dangerous. Do you know how many people have actually heard the spirit guides all their life and they were just never said a thing? They ignored them. You don't exist. You don't exist. I'm okay. I love Jesus Christ. Everything's wonderful. I love God. Don't give me any medicine. I'm okay. I'm fine. That's kind of the way we're raised here in America. For the most part, actually, those of us about my age have been anyway. That's been status quo for a long time, which is now, of course, we're breaking away from it. So you're told, if you hear things, you're wrong. You're going to be put on medication. People are going to laugh at you. It's going to destroy your life. Yeah, that's a pretty good hindrance for waking up, okay? And that's in your subconscious, back in the back of your head, buried in there, and it's always out there. We're just now getting out of that, okay? As far as mass populace, we're still buried in it. Now, when you see things that you can't touch, you see a dog, pet the dog. You see a door, you grab the door, turn the knob, open it up. What about the things you can't see? Where's your soul? Do you have a soul? You've heard me say before, people say, hey, there's no energy in rocks. And I said, okay, sure, no problem. Do you have a soul? Of course I have a soul. Really? Could you pull it off? Let me poke it or something, you know. Can I feel it? They get upset and it's like, well, you can't prove it. You can't give me physical proof. Well, you're all going to start understanding of what you have to be able to understand and know for yourself in your own way is having metaphysical proof. Okay? That's hard. The way the society is set up today, where if you see this stuff and you become awake, then you're sick, you're going to be put on drugs, everyone's going to laugh at you, you're going to be called scum, and then you're going to be put away, put on drugs. That's it, locked up. Everything you love and want to do and your money and everything is all taken away. Everyone shuns you. Then you have your religions that really cut that down. Believe in God, but if you say you see Him, we're going to have to do something about that. It's like, what? always wondered about that. It's like, why is that? Because it's not real. But they don't know. They have no idea. Jesus is coming back. Really? What's it going to look like? How's anyone going to know? The Christians say that the great Messiah, Jesus, is coming back. How are you going to recognize him? I got to know that. How do you know who he is? We've had our one Messiah. Anyone says that their Messiah or prophet is a false prophet. Okay, then if you don't remember what he looks like, because that would make you really old, then how are you going to know it's him? I mean, there's nothing but fallacy everywhere in all your religions. You'll just refuse to look at it, those of you that are embedded in it, or you have something that's comfortable, most of you have something that's comfortable, just leave it alone. Say, that's what's accepted, that's what I'm doing. I'm paying for my seat on my plane to heaven when I die. It's okay. But that's the kind of stuff that keeps you from exploring who you really are. That's sad. And it's starting to fall away. Plus, that barrier that's between the right and left side of your brain that I was supposed to remove 12/21/2012, and instead I did it sometime in April 12th or 14th or something. I went into everyone's head and pulled out all of that I could. I tried to pull it all out and I couldn't. And myself outside of the body was keeping me from pulling it all out of everybody. There was different percentages left, and I'm like, okay, what's going on with that? Am I screwed up? Don't I know how to do this right or something, or what? And I told myself, no, but, an engineer or something, or surgeon, they need to have more of that barrier. An artist, a quote-unquote psychic, a metaphysical practitioner, folks like that, authors, creative people, they need less barrier, because the conscious side of the mind and the left side of the brain, mostly the planet, and the other is still part of the conscious, is the spirit, your personal spirit that's in there. With creative people, they mesh together a little bit. Then they do it less when they have people building the skyscrapers, surgeons, stuff like that, massive engineers. It's harder for them to see things and do things. That's just the way it was. Everything's a learning experience. There's no light bulb that turns on and all of a sudden, there you are. Yes, you are enlightened. You are there. No, it's a ladder. It keeps going. Okay, but it's not that. It's not as hard as taking step after step on a long journey, but it is a procession of events, of doings, that actually get you more and more awake. The more you do it, the more you understand. How do we used to become awakened? You'd be shown that something exists, you start seeing it, and then you're told, hey, this is real, and then you're helped to be made to believe this is real. And then all of a sudden they come in and they make you doubt. And they say, this isn't real. How do you know that's real? And then you go like, oh no, is it real? That was done to you on purpose. And then they would tell you, oh, that's how we teach you. We make you really believe it, and then we make you not believe it, and then we make you really believe it, and then we make you not believe it. We do that to make you believe it real strong. No, the other side would do that to you to make stress in your body, to stress your spirit while it's in the body, to grow it. That's the only reason it ever did it like that. That's the way the original male and female, what everyone's been calling God, actually did it to you. Yeah, waking up is hard to do. You were made not to wake up. And now you're in a body that absorbs negativity, and everything else around it absorbs all these impulses, and these the excitement impulses, the anxiety, more money, everything. These bodies suck it up. And what does that do? It takes that DNA, crunches it up like this, and when it's crunched up like this, what happens? Your immune system messes up. Hey, that keeps us sick, going to the doctors, pharmaceuticals. Yeah, okay. I'm not beating up doctors. I'm not beating up pharmaceuticals, but I'm beating up all these doctors just going crazy, not caring about anything, taking people's money, and the pharmaceutical companies that are just ripping everyone blind. So yes, I am, and no, I'm not. It's a one-on-one basis, okay? Like everything else, it needs to be one-on-one. So anyway, so that keeps the DNA wound up. It destroys it starts destroying your immune system, but definitely shuts it off immediately, and it keeps your abilities from flowing, which keeps you from opening up and waking up. Waking up's hard to do. Hell yeah, it was made like that on purpose. The last thing the original male and female wanted you to see was everything they were doing. Wow, that's weird. Seeing stuff. Anyway, I'm seeing energy a little different right now. Anyway, um, wow. Uh, so that's so it's hard. It's hard for us to wake up because it was made that way. It's not an easy road. Um, and faith, finding faith in something. There's this one angel I met at a Waffle House once when I was driving. Um, I have a sticker on the back of my truck, and it said, "Faith is a journey, not a guilt trip." And I pulled in, and he looked at me, and he said, "I like your sticker." He was trying to go out of his way to make sure that I'd see that, he was something different. He had a lit cigarette, and then he asked me for a light just to stop me. And I looked at him. I just kind of smiled. I just looked into him. I could see the cloudy white energy everywhere. They don't have a core energy like with the Kundalini, the two different energies going up and down. There's just solid energy because that's what the whole body is. They make the body. You cut them open. Guess what? There's no blood. Wow! Imagine that. So anyway, then he went inside, and then he did the typical angel thing in a Waffle House. He had hot coffee, and then he had a real tall glass full of ice water. And I tried to buy him a meal, but he didn't want a meal. Well, yeah, they don't need to eat, so you don't see him eat much. Okay, food goes in the body. It's harder for them to work with food in the body. Fluids they can deal with, but the food, no. So then I was helping some other people. I was in there just being me. That's all I was doing. And then I went to walk out, opened up the door for a nice elderly gentleman that was a vet, Navy. He's seen a lot. He's been through a lot. Anyway, so I opened the door for him and his son and the wife of the son, and let him in. And then he just got up and caught the other door. You go in Waffle House, there's two doors. I got the outer one, and he got the inner one. And then I was looking to make sure they're in there safely, and the old man had gotten through, and that angel looked at me. I swear I'm going to tear up. He looked me right in the eyes, and that was the first time I saw angel's eyes really fire up hard like that, and they just went this beautiful green with some yellow in there, and it's just like opened up and just like this and flashed. He looked at me and he smiled, and then he just said thank you, and telepathically he said thank you, and he said he said it was nice to see me, and I smiled back and I told him thanks for everything and just left. Anyway, people waking up has been made hard to do. That barrier's all but gone on everyone. All that's left is all the souls running around, not bothering everybody, but bothering a lot of you. And it's not just here. They were doing it. They're still doing it a little bit out on the ships and space and everything, messing with everybody. Chaos, yeah, definitely chaos. It'll all be over soon. A couple of months, it'll all be gone. But anyway, still, the way society is set up, it's made difficult to stand up on your own and say, I think I saw that. It's hard enough for your mind to accept it, but then when you have society, ready and willing to beat you up, but it's not like it used to be, but it's still a little bit of an issue. That tends to push you away. And also, when you're made to feel insecure, that makes it harder for you to really have faith in what you're seeing. How many of us out there have felt something and didn't act upon it, and then found out we should have trusted our feelings? I sure have. I'm one, big time. It's not easy. Now, that's why all these little black blotches are sent by you. They go zoom, left, right, sometimes real low, sometimes up, sometimes running around in front of you, sometimes in the air, sometimes you'll see somebody come to you. It's like a big black blotch right in front of you. It's done. It's strong energy. That's why it looks kind of black. Because when you build up your energy to make something that somebody can see, you use all your frequencies. And when you take all the frequencies and put them together, that's a whole bunch of different auras. You put them together, you get a light black. But also, sometimes it's made blacker so that you can see it because of all the light everywhere. That way it's easier to see something. It's not the devil coming at you, okay? All these religions and everything, they have really pounded us with all kinds of crap. It's all crap. Every bit of it is crap. You know what is real? You know what religion is actually true? None of them. The only one thing that's true is you. Okay? That's what's true. You. You, how you feel. That's true. You, what you see with your two physical eyes, that's true. You, what you see with your pineal, with your scanner, that's true. It's just understanding what you're seeing. Communicating with the other side, you communicate through image. I was talking to a real nice gentleman. I'll say his first name. He won't mind. His name is Terrell. And like so many of us, he's had a rough go, you know. Almost all of us, unless we're having a life off where it kind of calms us down because we've been beat up so many lives back to back to back after a while. That's why sometimes somebody has a nice life, is because, you know, they need to calm down. This isn't one of his. He has a lot of blessings and everything, but he's, so to speak, as people would say, a blessing. What is a blessing? Something that happens to you that's actually nice. Something that's made to happen for you that's nice. You know, that's a gift. But all the other abuse is not. Anyway, we were talking about, I was seeing a woman that was coming into his life. And then a second one, and I was, you know, seeing a basic image. I told him, usually I see with the pineal, which is multidimensionally, and the scanner, I don't see as well with. Okay, I get energy and stuff, but actually seeing, no. My pineal is so strong, I usually see it that way. But part of Lily came to me a while back and I just felt it working on my forehead. And this was Lily that's got part of the driver in her. And she's really pulling it out and working. And then I saw her working on the two fields. And then I talked to Karen about it. And I said, "What do you see, honey?" And she, you know, basically backed up what I was seeing. I didn't tell her exactly what was going on first. That way, when we talk with other people, we understand that we didn't lead someone somewhere, that we have truth. We're seeing the same thing anyway, which is truth. But when two people see a different image, it's still going to be truth. You're seeing it a different image, because when you see something, it's energy. And when you communicate with energy, you have to use images that you already have in your brain to use to understand what you're seeing. Okay? Someone might see a man come up to him as a knight in shining armor, because that's the frequencies behind the being. Okay? Behind that spirit. It's honor, compassion, do the right thing. And then someone might see it as a great Indian chief. Well, the Indian chief, same way, has the same honor and everything else. That's how they relate to it. They're not seeing two different people necessarily. You know, chances are they're seeing the same person. They're seeing it in a different image. Okay? That's another thing that makes you wonder, did I see the right thing? Well, look at the energy behind what you're seeing, because remember, you're seeing energy. You're trying to make a physical mind comprehend energy, that the spirit that you're looking at, which has sentient energy, but has energy around it too. Okay. So anyway, that part of Lily went into my my scanner and my pineal fields, and started blending them together, just the way I always do on all the crank ups, and that because the pineal sees multidimensionally. Okay, it goes through all kinds of dimensions and everything else, really far, everything else. The scanner stays mostly in this dimension. It goes one up, one down, but that's it. Okay, it's like remote viewing, but it does flex in and out. When you blend it, but it's literally like being there. You see it like there it is. Okay, whereas pineal, you're seeing energy image. That's what we were just talking about. It's harder to focus on. When you blend the two fields together, because they barely touch each other anyway. They are touching each other. On almost all cases. Maybe 1% aren't, but it doesn't matter. When you blend the two of them together, you get some of the accuracy of the scanner and the multidimensional facet of the pineal. So when you blend it together, it enhances both of them. And I looked at her doing that. I said, "Thanks, honey. I appreciate it." I said, "Why are you doing that?" You know, and she said, "You do it for everyone else. Why shouldn't you have it?" And I was like, "Okay, makes sense." I just don't think like that. I guess I should have done that a long time ago. Anyway, whatever. So when as you're seeing stuff, it's going to change. It's going to get better. Excuse me. Trying to wear my coffee. Um, I'm sorry I jumped off track, but you're gonna be seeing things better and better. Okay, um, when tarot like everyone else, we want to know when there's someone coming in our life that's going to be nice. It's just the future you cannot predict, and less now than ever before. The original first being male and female, they didn't care if you liked something or not. They put up a plan. They're going to pretty much go by the plan, unless they can find a way to abuse you more, you know. But of course they're dead, they're gone now, so that's over. But now what's out there actually cares and wants you to have something nicer, and they want to keep improving your life. So guess what? More change. So that's why I try to get metaphysical practitioners to stay away from divination. You talk about a little thing here and there, but you got to tell the people, excuse me, the future's always changing. Don't count on this being exactly right. Now, when I used to see things, I see them as energy, and I was telling Terrell that. I said, there's one woman has kind of curly hair. It's longer going down. She's really cool. She has a lot of light green energy coming out. Her hair looks kind of blondish, but see, she has yellow energy inside her core. So I told him, I said, that's a basic look that I see. That's like energy. I said, but I'm seeing it pretty sharp too, though. And then there's another young lady that has kind of straight black hair. Its black hair is like soft, wavy, but it's like straight. And so I said, don't count on them looking just like that. You might have a wonderful person come up. That's the person that doesn't have that exact physical look, and then you might actually see the person you're supposed to be with and blow them off. You know, you might just not accept a wonderful gift being brought to you because you should have it. And then so he texts back yesterday. We had a consult yesterday, and then he texts back that night. I was down at Red Lobster having a glass of wine, something to eat, and he. I like it over there. It's quiet. Go to the bar, sit down, and help someone if I can. But sometimes I just need to be alone and relax and just unwind. Anyway, so he had, I talked about the two people, and he was, he kind of saw who it was and had a feeling, and he was happy. He had his affirmation of, everything I talked about. I never knew him, but whatever. I guess I had his name. Could have looked him up on the internet or something. I don't even know how to do that. I don't want to. Why waste my time? So I told him, what I knew, and her being a teacher and everything, and we're having teacher energy with her. Turns out she's got some kind of special. I don't know if it's a master's degree or something. I don't know. She's a teacher, does some teaching stuff, and she's good with kids, and he's got some children. So by talking, I've had people say, Jay, I want to make sure you're the real deal. How many fingers do I have behind my back? And when they first used to do that, I'd look at a person's head, and I'm seeing all these numbers that they're playing with in the head. I should do this, I should do this, I should do that. And then I look behind the back. And then I said, why am I doing this? And I tell the people, look, we don't need a schedule. We don't need a consult. We don't need to do this. Let's just forget about it. If you haven't paid yet, then don't worry about it. Because I used to screen ahead when I was first doing this. I said, don't worry about it. It's no issue. And he goes, no, I just want to make sure you're real. I said, what you think is real and what I think is real is two different things. I don't care what fingers you have behind my back. I'd say, look at the one I have in front of me. Boop, boop, yeah, that's what I'd literally say. Um, I said, I'm not here for that. I don't have to prove myself to you or anyone else. Let's get that straight, number one. I owe you nothing. Okay? I serve everything and I owe you nothing. You're my reason for being. I will do everything I can for you, but don't you ever tell me what I owe you. So anyway, but at the same time, I said, if you want to talk for a couple of minutes, then see how you feel. We talk for a couple of minutes and tell them enough stuff about their life, and they're like, wow, okay, there's no way you knew that. But one friend of mine told me, Ian, he's so cool. He said he was Sir Lancelot. He was Benjamin Franklin. He's really neat, and we met for a reason. Very strong seer. And he said, Jay, can you tell me something that my aunt told me that she didn't tell anyone else? I said, maybe. I don't care. I don't care about that. That means nothing. I'm not going to try to prove myself. I don't need to prove myself. But more than that, it's nothing that's going to help you. And then I said, I'll tell you what. The question you gave me, how can I prove myself to you? I'm going to put on you. And I went in his head, 60 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, cranked the hell out of his head. He was like, whoa. And then a week and a half later, I saw him again, and he goes, Jay, I said, I'm seeing stuff. I said, you're in the kitchen, and you're sitting down relaxing, and you see these little guys about this tall were running away, running around. He goes, yeah. How'd you know? I said, I just went in your head and I looked, but I see what you're talking about, what you're about to talk about, and then I can go and actually look at what happened, and then I tell you what there was. I said, you got a bunch of them sitting, three of them that like three at a time that like to sit on top of the refrigerator. And he was like, wow. I said, yeah, it's real. I said, now that you see, you prove to someone else that you're seeing. I said, there's the quandary. People never, ever let anyone say, you have to prove this to me, because screw them, okay? They could be wonderful people, could be you love them, but screw them as far as what they want. Screw that philosophy of you need to prove me, and these are the guidelines I'm setting down for you to prove yourself, because this is the way it should be. Says who? Says who? Who made the guidelines for, hey, prove you're a psychic? These are the guidelines for a psychic. If you're a psychic, you could tell me what number I'm thinking of. Why? Why? Who the hell started that crap? People who didn't want anyone to wake up. It was put in their head. They were told what to say, how to go around it. How to go around letting someone wake up. They're trying to put you in a box, folks. Don't go in the box. If you get in that box and you close the lid on yourself, you did it to yourself. You ask them, who put these guidelines up? Why do you say I can't see anything unless I can see how many fingers are behind your back? And go ahead, flip them off. Said, how many fingers do I have in front of me? It's about understanding, feeling in your heart. Everyone has abilities. It's what you are. It's what you are. And folks, I ripped the hell out of everyone's barrier. A lot of you that are waking up, especially those closer to me, you're being harassed by some of these souls, and you all know it. And that's going to end soon, okay? As soon as I possibly can. And you know what? I'm getting close. And now my leaving to go home is not the issue it used to be. Everyone was so worried what's going to happen. He's going to come out, explode out, and go nuts. No, I'm already out. I'm already over there. But I'm not. I have to be all the way out of here, and over there, and then I can be me. But as I'm leaving, just as I'm finishing coming out of this body, I'll already be getting rid of everything over there. That's a problem. That's causing problems for everyone. Everyone's going to be left alone to grow, to awaken, naturally. When you have lives, it's going to be naturally. Now with all this excessive abuse, that stuff's crazy. So, honestly, we could talk about this for a week. There's a lot of reasons why it's hard to wake up. Don't let people try to put you in a box. Understand that this is natural to you because it's who you are. Okay? And don't try to get caught in someone else's philosophy. Relax. Meditate. What they call meditation. I don't like the word, but it's just relaxing and sinking down inside yourself. Try and feel. Go inside yourself and try and feel, but first you got to relax yourself. Here, let's do something real quick. I've said this a few times. Let's do it again. When you honestly, you need to take 10 to 20 minutes 3 times a day to just relax. It has to be quiet. When you go to meditate, some people say self-hypnosis, whatever. Oh, I'll get stuck there. If you go to relax and you start to meditate and you really go into yourself, if a bird came up and its beak barely touched the window, you probably jump. Okay, getting stuck like that, that ain't gonna ever happen. No, sorry. You want to get stuck into some kind of stupor? Drugs, okay? But relaxing, what people call meditation, no. And you feel better because for that moment that you're in there, you're your true self, and that leaves you calm. That's why you feel calm coming out, because for that amount of time, you were you, the real you, not attached to all these emotions and vibrations and everything coming in. You release yourself from them so you can be you for a minute. And once you develop this and you start talking with your spirit guides while you're calm, the next thing you know, you can be frantic as hell and you're still talking with your spirit guides nonstop. It's the connection issue. It's setting up the cables and connecting the cables. Okay? That's what it's about. It's not like you have to do this forever. Okay? This, meditation thing. If you really want to go deep and do something, yeah. But as far as talking with your spirit guides and stuff, man, it'll be going all the time. You got to make the connection. When you go to meditate, you literally take your mind, you slow it down. When you go inside yourself to feel, and we're going to go through this in a second. When you go inside yourself to feel, you want to feel changes. You want to feel anything moving around. You want to feel yourself. See how you feel. Have a standard, a set standard. Just feel. Relax. And then all of a sudden, just start feeling for anything different. Just feel what comes up. And when you relax and calm down like that, when you can relax and calm down like that, then you're actually setting you're setting. I'm sorry. Stop it. My Black Panther, my main one's over there. It's like right here, and he's going like this. It's like he's hitting me with his paw. I got a spider over there. I got to get going. I got to hurry up. But anyway, spider means creativity. Get something done. Anyway, my Black Panther's so cool. I got 4 of them. I talk with all the time. I talk with everything, but Anyway, as you do go to relax and feel inside yourself, you are training your brain to work on your own proper set of frequencies so that you're open and hearing. It does the maximum job of opening up, relaxing your DNA. Okay? It's awesome. It trains. Everyone is, all of you are your spirit is a coagulation of different frequencies that stays, together. They just stay together. Whatever your personal frequencies are makes you unique, but it also means you're the only one that can go inside yourself, settle down your own brain to where finally you're receptive. You have to go inside yourself by relaxing and just let everything flow. When you do that, let everything relax and flow on its own. When you do that, then you finally set yourself where you need to be so that you can see, hear, and feel stuff. It takes a while, okay? It might happen the first time. It might happen after 100 times, but it's not gonna. If it's 100, you're not gonna get there because you can't calm down. You're not calming down. Okay, you should be able to do it within 20 tries. If you're not broken. You're not stupid. Okay, you're not wrong. You're just not relaxing. Okay, and it's hard to do. Look at the way today is. Everything's crazy. So just watching the news, all the different colors and lights going everywhere, and everyone talking, and then you get off from the news and you're like this, They do that to you on purpose. It's set up like that. So anyway, when you calm your brain down and relax, your own personal frequencies are going to calm down. Just relax. Just let everything flow. And then you can literally start feeling everything everywhere. You just start flowing. You're the only one that can, when you calm your mind down to get to where you need to be, where you can hear that. People can help you calm down, but they really can't help you awaken. This is something you do yourself, but all you have to do is calm down. Find a way to relax, and try to do it without putting anything in your body, please. A lot of us have nervous system issues. Okay, that's hard to deal with. It might help to have a drink or whatever. At first, getting stoned, that does hurt. Okay, it takes away some of it. You want this to be as real as possible, but if you have to relax a little bit when you're first starting, I understand. I'm not in control of this anyway. You are. So once you relax like that, then your own frequencies just calm down and open up. You get set in a state. Your mind opens up. The frequencies stay what they are, but when you relax, your DNA and everything in your body just opens up, and you just start flowing. Then you can start talking with your spirit guides and everything else. And once you develop this mindset, you can be driving 160 miles an hour. Okay, you can be flying in a car and still talk to your spirit guides. Okay, they'll tell you, hey, they can tell you right turn, left turn. Okay, they're going to help you through life. You just have to get the connection going. And there'll be times you might want to sit down and relax and do it. People, you don't have to spend that 10 to 20 minutes 3 times a day forever. No. Honestly, maybe 2 to 3 months. And you'll have found out so much about yourself and what's out there. You'll be happy. A lot of you will be amazed. So, there's different ways to do it. I've spoken of a few of them. But the main thing is, it has to be quiet. Get in a quiet room. As long as the door's closed or locked, and then the oven's not on, or the gas isn't on, the water's not on, just make sure that's all squared away. Then just sit down and relax. If you have a chair that's got arms on it, great, because then your arms can sit on it, can rest on it. Just relax, and then let your body go. Natural but full breaths. Okay, you don't suck in the clouds. Just take a nice breath. And then do that at least 4 or 5 times, maybe 20 times. There's no magic number. You're not wrong if you take 50. You're not right either. What you're doing is just what you're doing. And just let that be. The more you try and think about how many numbers you're breathing, what are you doing? Engaging your conscious mind. This is all natural. This is who you really are. Just relax. When you breathe in, you're breathing in energy from the planet. You're breathing in oxygen for the physical body. Then when you exhale, you're throwing out exhaust from the physical body. You're getting rid of energy that you don't need, frustrations. But also, when you exhale, that's when you can start to learn how to push your energy out. We'll do that later. Right now, it's just in and out, just natural, full breaths. Not super deep or nothing, just a natural, regular, full breath. And then once you finally feel your body starting to relax, then breathe a little bit deeper. And then you'll inhale a little deeper, exhale. A few times you're getting a little more oxygen, but you're also coming down a little more. And then imagine going up here and taking this pin out and that pin out, and there's a set of gears up here that are just always turning like a clock. That's your conscious thought. You pull the pins out, and then they'll just, if they don't want to go away, you push them away, but you just relax. Just know it's time to release your conscious mind. As long as you want to do that, then when you don't use your hands, you can if you want, but it's best not to. Just imagine pulling the pins out, and this set of gears comes off your head, and it floats about 10 foot above you. That's you. Your conscious mind is working, but you don't need it. So you separate yourself from it. And you keep taking nice, relaxed, deep breaths. Don't push it, just relax. And then when you're first doing this, I, like most people, started out just closing my eyes. Start taking deeper breaths. Look at what you see inside, behind your eyes. It's something I call a screen. It's stuff moving around a little bit, different colors. And then see what you see what you feel inside your body, but kind of let it go limp. And then don't talk when you do this. Do not talk, okay? You want to keep that conscious mind floating around up there, not in your head. You want your head to be like mine, bald, okay? All the gears and everything, they're flowing way 10 foot above your head. So that way, you know your conscious mind is still working, but you're separating it from yourself as far as being able to relax from it. And then just inside, just, with your eyes closed, whatever, talk to your spirit guides. Without saying a word, talk with thought only. And say, where are you? I need you to come to me. They'll come. If you can relax, they'll come. If they won't, they'll get replaced. Okay? Not beat up and hurt. No, they'll be replaced. If they don't want to do their job, that's fine. You will get someone who will. Now, it might take 2 months before that happens. Okay, I got to finish getting out of here. The hardest part of this focal point is what I am, and it's the last thing that's going to come out. Is like the pit inside a avocado, the strongest part of it. That'll be the last thing that comes out, and that's what needs to be an arrow to start making change. Waking up isn't easy. Do not let other people influence your desire to wake up, or you won't. That's a very simple statement. Okay, but hopefully now you understand a little more about it. A lot of people, especially your friends, if they're concerned about, they don't want to wake up. They don't want you to wake up, because if you do, then you might not be there for them. You might not be with them. You might think that they're weird. There's a lot of reasons for people not to want you to wake up. And it's almost always out of insecurity or control. So it's your journey. You have to make it. You have to put the first few feet forward. But it's in you. It's part of you. You already are this. It's just getting rid of all the muck, set it aside, and then go there yourself. As a matter of fact, you can build a sphere around yourself, before you start this, and push it out and look at what's in it. Close it down and just say you're gone, poof, and go like this. And then build another sphere around yourself and make it like an impenetrable fortress, a bubble that's a sphere that can't be beat. You can't get through it. Excuse me. And then you just keep that around. You just make that intention, put it around you. And if nothing else, that'll be good to just get you started. Now remember, there's other souls around there messing with you and stuff. Try not to worry about it. Just keep doing it. It's not too much longer. They'll be gone. So anyway, waking up is hard to do. It's not easy. Very, very doable. But you have to engage. You can just be all over the internet, man. Look for that easy button. Where's the easy button? I'm going to buy a book. Yes. Look, I'm not beating you up because you've done that. Hell, I can't tell you how many books I bought. I'd have books light up on the shelf. I'd buy it. I'd open up and I'd get 2 or 3 paragraphs here and there, and then I was done with the book. I knew it. So I put it down. Then when I had the dumpster out in front of the house, I took most all those books and threw them away. I needed that information so I could put out something, that you needed to see. Some information you need to have. So, and using oracle cards, like animal oracle cards, that really helps, man. It helps you connect with what's going on. You can talk with your spirit guides through it. The more you do that, and the more you do that, the more you feel, the more you understand, the stronger your affirmations get, your little proofs, and the more you start to wake up. Some more help. You can throw sticks, runes. You can do anything you want. Anything you do where you talk with your spirit guides. And this is really good for the solar plexus oriented people. The more you do that, the stronger your affirmations get, the stronger your trust, and this stuff is real. Because remember, we can't hold it in our hands. People used to ask me, Jay, how do you know this is real? Well, I saw it. I could feel it. I could see it with my head. I could feel it with my heart. I had a gut intuition about it. And then I started talking to it. It talked back. We were having a conversation. And and then it attacked me. And then I attacked it back. And then I saw it destroyed, and it's never come back. That's one way. Be glad you don't ever go through that. But a lot of you do get attacked. Telepathy. How do you know that? Here's a tough one. How do you know when you're talking to someone? Like even your spirit guides. When you talk to your spirit guides, lots of times they're going to talk back to you, not using exactly the same words that you would use. So that way, if they use a word that's different or phrase it differently than you would ever phrase it, then you know right then and there, okay, this is different. That I don't talk like that. That gives you an additional affirmation that you're talking with your spirit guide, and spirit animal, animal guide, spirit human guide, whatever. With telepathy, I was talking with a family member out in Greece, and I was taking a shower, and then boom, out of nowhere, here it comes, bam, and I'm like, what the? And she said, hey, how you doing, Pops? It was a family member. I'm like, pretty good. And I'm like, who's this? I'm not talking, I'm thinking. And I saw her in Greece. I said, oh, okay. And I saw who she was, about her age and everything else, and what she was doing, what her life was like. And then she said, yeah, I'm ahead of you. And she's laughing, she's being nice about it, because she said, I'm ahead of you, I'm awake already. And I'm able to do this. And I said, that's great. And then, so then we talked a little bit, and I said, okay, now how do I know? This is when I started becoming strong telepathic, okay? And then I said, all right, now how do I know I'm talking to you? And then she told me some stuff right off the barrel. Sorry, that's never been in my head, okay? So then I had an affirmation that it's true. That they might show you landscape, buildings and stuff that I've never seen before. Eating food you've never seen before. You see that stuff and it's like, Okay, I've got no image of that whatsoever. So apparently something just happened. Okay. So anyway, said see you later. I said see you later. I'm taking a shower. She said okay, bye. Um, but it's weird how that happens. Um, Sometimes I'd be near my friend Chivo, and my thoughts would just were so strong or something I'm looking at, and he'd be near me. He's so sensitive and able to pick it off. He'd just like, are you looking at this? You know, it's like a hill over here. There's a house over there. I said, yeah. I said, sure am. I didn't want to say anything else. He said, I said, what do you see nearby? And he said, a stream, and it's kind of up in the mountains, but the house isn't on the mountains, on the hill. I said, yeah. And then I explained where it was. I went up there looking for some Essonite and found it. So he said, okay. Um, he's been with me when other angels and Essence had a body. Actually made a body one time, a girl. Um, she was kind of snotty to him. That was kind of funny. Anyway, there's a lot to waking up, but it's easy to get started. And the thing is, connecting with your spirit guides. Okay, the human type, good. The animals, very good. Okay, um, things are changing. They're going to get better for everybody. Okay, it's going to get easier. So if that's what you want to do, and I think that's awesome, just stay at it and don't let anyone say if you were psychic, then you could do this. You look them right in the eye and say, why? Where'd that information come from? Who set those guidelines? And then they'll be like, well, you just would. I said, and then say, why? Why? How'd you come up with that? And then they got nothing to say. So, that's just the way it be, says who? You can shut them down with just a couple words. Says who? Is there some university of psychic professors and, no. It's nuts. You already have everything you need to wake up. Everything's been done to you to help you. Other than getting rid of these the problematic souls hanging around messing with you. That's all there is, other than trying to get through the disbelief systems that we live in, the aggression that many people have towards waking up, usually out of their own fear, and trying to understand something we can't touch and hold on to with our physical hands. Okay? Two things I keep saying, and I mean it. Number one, number one, y'all are awesome. I'm having a hard time right now. Anyway, y'all are awesome. And then two, I love you. Okay? I want you to know how awesome you are. I want you to be your true self. I started that in my last life as Gandhi, and I'm finishing it up now. Except when I was Gandhi, I was all about peace. This time I came with a different agenda, finishing off what was keeping the peace from happening. Anyway, look, I've always said, please, people, be heart to heart. When you stand up shoulder to shoulder with each other, not against each other, but with each other, you're heart to heart. That's where the power is. Love y'all, man. Have a good one.